Hi and welcome to the latest edition of Masterclass with Meat, where today we're going to go upstairs and Butcher Dan is going to show you how to cook the perfect steak.
We're up in the bakery today and we're going to talk about one of the most commonly asked questions that we get here in the shop, and that is, how do I cook the perfect steak? So hopefully I'll give you a few tips today and enlighten you on just how to do that. The most important thing when cooking steak is a nice heavy duty frying pan, and we need that really nice and hot. So I'm going to pop that onto a high heat just to start with. What we need when we're cooking steak is, of course, your steak of choice. I've got a sirloin here, my personal favourite. It's got a lovely flavour about it and it's nice and tender as well. You get the best of both worlds with a sirloin. Got a couple of knobs of butter and some oil. We're going to use that to cook the steak with. And seasoning, we're going really simple today. Some sea salt flakes and some cracked black pepper. It's really important that you season your steak really well. So first key point here is that this steak is up to room temperature. I've had this out for about 45 minutes to an hour is ideal. You don't want to put a cold steak into a hot pan because it's going to tighten up. So you need to make sure that that's up at room temperature. Like I said, we need a really hot pan, so that's heating up just nicely. And the reason we need a hot pan is because we need to sear the steak. We need some colour on there. That's where all the flavour is. If you see a grey, pasty looking steak, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't taste nearly as good as the one with a little bit of colour on it. So you can see this pan's heating up quite well. There's a little bit of smoke coming off it. So I'm just going to drop a little bit of oil in there. And the oil's going to stop the butter from burning. And that butter's going to give us a lovely flavour. So that's what you want to hear. You want to hear it hiss. We'll just give that a second there. Then we're going to place the steak in, lay it away from you so it doesn't spit towards you. I hope you can pick that up on the microphone. That hissing, that's what you want to hear. So once it's in the pan, we're going to season the steak. Like I say, don't be liberal with it. Use plenty of it, and you can season it with whatever you want. So this steak's had about 2 to 3 minutes. I like my steak medium rare, so that'll be ideal. So it's time to flip it over, and you can see what a lovely colour that's got on there. And that's where all the flavour is. Now once we've flipped it, we're going to season this side. And another 2 to 3 minutes, and that's going to give us a lovely medium to rare sirloin steak. So while that steak's just finishing off in the pan, I'll quickly talk about cooking times. Cooking steak, you really shouldn't worry about it. It's an easy thing to do, but like anything, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And a nice guide to how you like your steak cooked is to feel how your steak is in the pan. And if you hold your first finger up to your thumb there and feel here, that'll be about a rare to medium rare. And if you move over to your middle finger, your more medium. Ring finger is medium to well, and your little pinky finger is well done. And if you just sort of get a feel for that as it's in the pan, and it's like anything, the more you do it, the better you'll get. So this is probably had another 2.5 minutes. So we're going to take it off the heat now, and it's really important that we rest this steak now, at least as long as we've cooked it. So we'll take this out of the pan and we'll let it rest. So we're just going to rest that on a plate, and we're going to cover it in a little bit of aluminium foil. And we'll just make sure that the shiny side goes down. And what that'll do is, it'll keep the steak nice and warm. It'll reflect the heat and keep it nice and warm. And as I've just said, I can't stress this enough. It's really important that you rest your steak at least as long as you've cooked it. So we're going to rest this for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we've been resting this steak for about 10 minutes now. Just going to remove the foil, and we're going to slice this through. So you can see it's nice and pink in the middle. But the most important thing is this colour on the outside. You can see it's really well seasoned, and that will just beautifully. It really is as simple as that. So I hope that's cleared a few things up for you. It really is as simple as that, cooking steak. Ultimately, it just comes down to practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get, and you'll learn just how to cook your perfect steak. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next episode of Masterclass in Meat.